Hey students, I'm going to walk you through how to log into the Ohio Air Test student practice testing site. So when you're on your learning plan right here, you've got this link a couple different times. You're going to click on the Air Student Practice Testing site, and it's going to open up this website right here. So you're going to start by, it says guest user on, guest session on. You just click that green sign in button down there at the bottom. And then select your grade level. So I'm going to select grade 8. And there's a bunch of buttons here, but you want to click just the first option, the Start Grade 8 English Language Arts Practice Test right here at the top left corner. And you'll know you're on the right one once you see the first passage. So first, it's going to have all these tools like highlighter, test clock, masking. Don't change anything. Scroll down to the bottom and click Select. Okay, then you don't need to change anything here. Just leave this all the same and click the green button at the bottom that says Begin Test Now. So you'll know you're on the right test because the first passage that should show up should be this right here where it says From Through the Looking Glass by Lewis Carroll. All right, so you've got a bunch of questions here. So you're going to click your multiple choice question, and there's a couple different ways you can read it. Like you can click the book to make the story 2 pages. And then you can go through it this way by clicking the arrow to the next page. Or you can click this little book with an X to just read 1 page at a time. I personally like to look at the question while I have the book on the left-hand side. And you can use the arrows to go back and forth here on the bottom left and bottom right. But it's up to you. You have some tools. You can save your test, pause your test. Up here, you've got a few tools as well, like you can have the line reader. So if you click on that and click on a line, the computer will highlight that for you. Okay, you can take notes as you read by clicking the notes button, and any notes you take along the way, those will remain there. So if I look back at my notes 20 minutes later, they're still going to be there. Okay, you can zoom out or zoom in. All right, there's highlighting. So if I use my cursor here to highlight a line, then I can click up here and click highlight section, and that'll highlight it. So then later I'm like, what was that important line I wanted to go back and look at? There it is highlighted. So again, if you want to highlight something, you could just use your cursor to highlight it. Then up here, you click this button and click highlight section. There you go. Okay, so you're going to click through and you're going to answer the questions that are available to you. There's also a couple other questions here, like options here for tools, mark for review, score item, and strike through. Like, I don't think it's this answer. I'm going to strike through it and get rid of that one. So you've got a bunch of tools to play around with. So take some time getting used to the test. All right. And then you can press the next button when you're all done with that, and it'll take you on to the next portion. So I can click through all the questions. Okay, there are no more questions at the end of the test. So the last question, once you get to question 16, is the essay question, which you are going to actually write on a Google Doc, and we're going to talk about it together next week. So again, you're going to read carefully the passage over here about Machu Picchu. All right, take notes, use the highlighting tool, then read the question very carefully, right? Read the prompt, make sure you do all of the parts. So often students will just answer one part of the prompt. You need to read it carefully and answer every single part and go back and check that you've done everything. You need an introduction, you need evidence from both passages, you need a conclusion, and then you're gonna write yours on a document that I've provided for you on the learning plan. So hopefully this video helps you understand how to navigate the test, play around with it and get used to it, because this is what the Ohio Air Test is going to look like for you when you take the real thing soon in April. All right, best of luck.